Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
fantastic.
That is good. Did you have a good Wednesday?
Um, it started off really good, then it got
Okay.
kind of rough, and then
Okay.
but it's good now. I'm good.
Better now?
Yeah,
That's
you know
good.
what I mean.
I
You
mean, it
know,
happens.
well, hold on a second. Sometimes it's like they want me to work at work. It's
Hmm.
like what the heck?
So you don't want to work, is
No, no,
like
no. Like I want to work, but I kind of like want to do it on my own terms.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hello, Kiki.
Hey, what's
Oh no,
up?
she
Whoa.
can.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Perfect.
How are you,
I'm
Kiandra?
okay. Just long day. Sorry I'm late.
No, it's all good. It's all good. You're here. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
There we go.
Exactly. Just trying to
So
get
on that
you
note,
together
I
here.
yeah, for sure. While you get yourself together, I will do the intro.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
So, okay. So, good evening, everyone. I know we have some new viewers and followers. Welcome to Let's Be Real. I'm your host, Danielle George, along with Mr. Noel and Kiki at the bottom there. On this show, we talk about art, small businesses, relationships, which seems to be a popular topic for us, current events, and issues in the Caribbean and African community. So, throughout the show, we want you guys to ask questions, post your comments. The show's about you, about us. Let's get ready to be real. So I just realized that something big is happening in Canada and the US very soon. Um, I heard about it literally 5 minutes before we came on that Justin Bieber has Timbits coming out on the end of November.
Is it
So
like the specialty Timbit?
yeah, so he has what is it? Birthday cake waffle, sour cream chocolate chip, and chocolate white fudge. And they'll come in their
Hmm.
own little box, their own special box. And I think,
Interesting.
right? And then I think they're partnering to do merch together as well.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Do those flavors tempt you to go try them?
Eh, honestly, I don't really go to Tim Hortons that often, so
Oh,
if I
okay.
happen to pop into a Tim Hortons when the new flavors are there, I might give it a try.
You might give it a try? I
Yeah.
think Tim disappeared. How about you guys watching? Are you guys gonna go try the what do they call it? Timbers? Tim Biebers? Timbers? The new Timbit flavors?
That's what they're calling them?
Something like that. It's like Tim and then half of his last name. Something like that. It's really weird.
Huh.
But yeah.
When I'm there, I probably will.
What flavor are
Okay.
you gravitating to right now? Just by
I,
hearing
I,
it.
I.
Do you want me to repeat
Sure.
what they were? Okay, so they're birthday cake waffle, sour cream chocolate chip, and chocolate white fudge.
All of the above.
Interesting. Are you gonna buy the merch as well?
No merch. I just like sweets though. I like say less. Like give me. I like sweets, so I'm good to go.
Got you.
I might reach tomorrow still.
You're good to go. All right.
But if we're talking,
Well,
if
they
we're
don't come out
talking
till November
donuts, if we're
29th, so
talking
you got some time.
donuts, the donut mill. I've literally made the drive to Red Deer. I had
Donut
literally,
mill.
yeah, donut mill and like on, take five on 118th, like 50, no 49th. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. They're
So you've made the drive to Red Deer for donuts.
well with the kids, Not just sitting there like, oh, what am I gonna do today? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
I was gonna say, Tim, do we need to have a conversation?
That's
well,
funny.
nah. But take 5 on 118 there, on 49th, or 48th or 49th. It's like family owned,
Okay.
and they've been around
wow.
like since like 78 at that
wow.
location. Yeah, it's good soup, sandwich, nice little diner feel that you don't
Okay,
really find anymore. Everything's big box.
Yeah.
Everything's chain.
Is it a big space, a small space? Like, can you sit and eat
It's the
inside?
size. It's the size of a. It's the size of a Tim's. Like it's a good size.
Okay.
It's a good size space. Like you can. Yeah, it's a good size
Okay.
space.
Might check it out this weekend then, and I will let you know.
Yeah, man, check it out. It's good stuff. But I didn't even know. I did not know about the new Timbit flavors. Or I quickly Googled it.
They just announced it.
And they have like a and it's and Justin Bieber's involved somehow.
Yeah, he partnered up. Well, Tim Hortons came to him to come up with flavors because every time he takes like a photo, he has Tim Hortons cup in his hand.
That's some good promo right there.
There you go. Exactly.
They might as well put a few dollars in his hand.
Way to go, Tim Hortons.
Right?
Way to go, Bieber.
Well, they're
I
both
say
making
way
money
to go,
at the
Tim
end.
Hortons.
They're making money on either
Like,
way.
do you think? Okay, maybe with the new flavors promo, they'll get an uptick. But in Canada, like Tim Hortons doesn't need to do anything. Like they don't need to do anything. It's not like it was. Like this is going back. I would say, or 10 years ago or more. There was a time, but then again, there was 10 years ago or more. There wasn't as many Tim Hortons as there are. Like you can go to like Esso, and there's a Tim's, and then there's like a Tim's storefront across the street.
Yeah.
Right, but it wasn't like that. But back then, it was like there was drugs in a double. Like everybody, like it would be a ring around the.
Ring around the road.
Drive-thru?
It would ring around the restaurant.
That's funny.
It's funny, back in Morinville, the detachment in Morinville, if you were coming from the city and you didn't bring Tim's, it was a thing. This is like 04, 05, even up to 06. It's like Morinville didn't have a Tim Hortons yet. So if anybody was coming in from St. Albert or coming in from Edmonton at the detachment, you would be like, yo, for real, you couldn't bring a little Tim's. It's like, are you people
I did that to
addicted?
people that visit. I was just like, you couldn't bring Tim's for me? Like, you're passing one on your way here. So
yeah. This will launch a whole thing because you know what's funny? McDonald's coffee's better.
I'm not much of a coffee drinker, so
really.
But I know my aunt. I think my aunt likes McDonald's coffee, if I'm not mistaken. So you might be right about that, Tim. But
oh no, I'm right.
I don't have much to say about that. So
I haven't tried McDonald's coffee. I've had their tea more than their coffee.
I've had their coffee, but again, I'm not much of a coffee drinker for me to be like, oh, it was better. So
I definitely, if for tea, the Tim Hortons steep tea.
Is better.
That's my drink.
Yeah.
Like for tea, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
would you rather go to Starbucks or Tim Hortons?
He's gonna say Tim
for coffee.
Tim's.
Yeah. Well, his name is Tim, so he has to go there.
That's not even it.
Well,
it's just like I could buy about 16 coffees for the price of one.
Also true. But
very true.
I feel those Starbucks lovers, man.
Starbucks, yo, like no, but Starbucks, they have Eliana like likes Starbucks, and so we do this thing like Ellie and Daddy time.
What does she like from
Nice?
I'm curious.
Like white hot chocolate, the cookies.
Okay.
Here I am. It's me and a 6-year-old and I'm leaving there spending $20.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, man, I'm sure you can't wait for her to get her first little job so that she can pay for her own
Like, yo,
That's funny.
Nah, man, that's those big
I want to
people
say
money.
good night to Mama June. I just saw her comment come up. Good night, Mama June.
Hello.
So, on another note, we're going to stay in Canada for a bit. I don't know if you guys know, but the national team is coming to play soccer on Friday.
Yes.
And again, I
To
believe on
Edmonton.
Tuesday.
To Edmonton, yes.
To Edmonton, yeah.
Actually, today I was on the train.
How are they going to play out in that cold?
Well, here's the thing.
What, 2 days away? The weather hasn't been too shabby.
It hasn't been too bad. Yeah. But here's the thing. They're playing Costa Rica and Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So they had this all planned out.
You're worried about the folks from the
Those
tropics.
poor guys.
They had this all planned out. I think
Yeah.
I think Costa Rica is coming in tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Today I was on the train, going home after work, and I saw like the flag up, like a bunch of Canadian flags up and stuff when I passed the stadium. So
is this a
getting
qualifier?
ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
Qualifier, yeah. But do you think people would pay attention because Alfonso is playing, a Canadian, Edmonton native?
I was listening to TSN 1260, and they were really hyping it up. They're really hyping up having
Alfonso.
Having a homegrown talent on the team.
Someone who's that successful, and it's homegrown talent, and to have a match like that here in the city, it is a big deal for sure. For sure. Young guy too, and what he's accomplished.
When did this get figured out? Like, when did it actually first get announced?
Because it kind of seemed like, I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know about this until
I didn't know till
last
today.
week.
Oh, really?
Not know about this until last week. So again, I'll be honest, I don't really follow the Canadian men's football team.
But who does?
Sorry.
But who does?
No, for that, that much. The ladies team, I'm like, woo!
There you go. Exactly.
And it's not even because like I'm female or anything like that. For those of you who
no, that has nothing to do with it. Hey,
it's just because
they're a better team.
No. I do know this.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing. Like, the men's Canadian soccer team has never been on my radar. So,
well, our best athletes don't play soccer.
So, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but with Davies now, I can see why it's catching on, why it's getting the attention.
Everyone's on the bandwagon. Yeah.
And that's fine. I mean, hey.
Mm-hmm.
If they come 100%. Out and do what they need to do, then yeah.
How long do you think Alfonso can carry that team, though?
I can't tell you that.
Again, I don't know much about the team enough to answer.
That's a team
to make a response to that statement.
Okay, so we'll say this.
There's no team, Danny.
There isn't, but they're making it sound like there is.
Team. They're hopeful. They're hopeful.
Yeah.
As they should be, I guess.
Well, we'll see what happens. That's for sure.
We will see.
Yeah. I've been hearing something about this NFT craze. I don't know much about it. Kendra, you're the tech person, so is Tim. I don't know if you guys know anything.
Okay. What in relation to NFT?
I don't know much about it.
What? So why is it?
I know about NFT tags because that's something that I'm interested in. It's a feature like that phones have and stuff like that. Like, it's been around for years. You know what I mean? I know with NFTs and stuff, I pray I'm talking about the same thing. I think we're on the same page. I think we had this discussion a bit earlier, and at first there was a little bit of confusion on my end because I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. But then I was like, no, I do think I know what you're talking about. But NFT tags is something that you can like program. I know right now it's really popular with people who play, what can I think? The Nintendo Switch. Like they put like their characters on there, and they're like storing like their game files and stuff on there. I haven't tried that. I do have a Nintendo Switch, and that's something that just came to my knowledge maybe about a month and a half ago. Like, again, the reason why I was interested in like NFT tags and stuff like that is because you can use them, you know, like when you have a link, like if you're an entrepreneur or you have a business or something, and you have like a link on like your Facebook page or your Instagram page, and you click on the link, and then it like pops up like your website and different like sites, like your different social media sites. Apparently now there are a few like business owners and entrepreneurs who are using NFT tags instead of business cards. So then, yeah, it's actually pretty neat. It's something I've actually been looking into. So instead of carrying around business cards, you have like an NFT tag that has like your Facebook profile linked to it, your Instagram, your website, all that sort of thing. And someone can just use their phone, scan the tag, and then it pops up your links and all your information. So
interesting.
It's actually pretty cool.
I'm gonna have to do some research here.
They're actually pretty cool. But again, the technology has existed forever in like our phones and stuff. Like it's been around for a long time. But they're just getting like even more creative with that technology.
Yeah, because I know, because I've seen and heard about the other side of that, of people like doing digital videos and art and music and selling that online. And I think the last one that I heard, someone did a 30-second video and they sold it for $390,000.
Wow. Do you know what the video was?
Just like, I have no idea what the video was.
Okay. Yeah. I know right now it's a big craze. I know right now it's a big craze with people who play the Nintendo Switch. Like they're saving data on the tags, the NFT tags. So yeah, because when I was looking them up on Amazon and stuff, like you were seeing like different ones and they were selling it, like it was geared towards people who played that on that console. So yeah, definitely look into it. There's a lot to learn. Like I said,
so should I be making a drawing and selling it for thousands of dollars?
Well, if you're good at drawing, I say, hey, why not? I think the cool part about it is the whole business card thing, especially because people are getting away from like paper and that sort of thing, and everyone has their phones. You know what I mean? Like giving someone like a card, it's like you slip it in your wallet, you forget about it. But if you have a tag that has your information on it, and you meet someone right in there and scan it and get your information right away, like they're getting the information instantly, opposed to they take your card and then they gotta later, when they get a chance, go and look you up or search you up. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool in that sense. So yeah,
I just saw Karina's message. Thank you.
Oh, let's see. Let me pull that
up. I'll put it up here. I'll pull it up.
Oh, you are glowing tonight.
I'm glowing tonight. Oh, thank you.
Hey, what's going on there? You want to tell us the source of the glow?
Yes,
alcohol.
Danny. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. Hey, at least you're honest. Hey, at least she's being honest, folks. I'm drinking a lot. Let's be real. So she's just being real.
Yeah. Being real. I'm like halfway down a Ciroc bottle. So.
Oh wow! I was gonna. The funny thing is, before you said that, I was gonna be like, "Are you microdosing? Like, is it just like you just have like a little sip here, a little sip there, a little sip once a day, and then that helps give you a glow?" But I guess we just need some Ciroc.
Yeah, all you need.
Where's mine?
Ciroc.
Oh lordy! What flavor? I got one for my birthday. Flavor? Since
the one I got for my birthday. I got the was it the white grape?
I've tried.
The one I got for my birthday.
It's not bad.
That sounds good.
It's so good.
What was that new one?
We can see this.
Was it the pomegranate?
The pomegranate when that comes out.
I haven't seen that one yet. If any of the viewers or anyone has seen that in Canada or in the city in Edmonton, let us know.
Please let me know. Please. I've been looking all over for it.
Miss Rock Queen has been looking for it. I think that's the only flavor she hasn't tried at this point. So
yeah.
If you come across it, hit us up.
Let me just.
Don't hesitate.
Yeah, just message us. Just message.
We will get it to Danny Pronto.
If that person finds it for me, I will buy them a bottle and then another bottle.
Okay, guys. There you go.
That's a big top there.
There you go.
Because that's how grateful I will be.
There you go, man. If you come across it, you're going to get your own free bottle.
Right?
Your own free bottle.
You'll get 2 for 1. You get 2 bottles for my one.
Oh my goodness.
That's how desperate I am to find this.
Okay. Well, you put it out into the universe, so hopefully,
it will listen.
You
universe will
hear
listen.
Something pretty soon. So
I want to win the lottery.
The amount of times I've said that out loud. Oh my goodness. We've had quite a few different conversations about the lottery, though. The 3 of us.
We have.
Yes.
We have.
I don't remember it. Ooh.
You don't?
I know we did, but I'm trying to remember. I know we did, but I'm trying to remember what the individual takes were.
At least twice. One a while back. I think we talked about it back in the summer sometime when we were at your place.
Yeah.
But wishful thinking, but I'm staying optimistic. So, yeah.
I still have some tickets to check. So, if you
Me
don't see
too,
us
I'm so bad for that. I am so incredible.
I am not. I want to know immediately.
Oh man, that's like my mom. My mom does not.
I downloaded an app.
Then there's me 2 months later. I'm finding lottery tickets in my pockets, my bags. My jackets.
So you might have.
I'm bad for that.
But you might have the winning ticket and not know it.
Maybe.
Because I think there's one ticket in December that's still unclaimed.
I found tickets.
Have that ticket.
I found tickets that were like at least 6 months old.
Oh, geez.
I've gotten a bit better, but I still have my moments. Like right now, I probably have like 4 tickets from months ago that I need to check.
What on earth?
I know.
Right?
I could be sitting on some money right now.
Some money. No, we could be sitting on some money.
That's why you didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. I was gonna be like, yo, I could be sitting on some money right now, and like all our lives could
Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we're talking.
So if you see us together with some palm trees and some sand, you know why.
Hey. Karina said, "What flavor, Danny?" She said, "I have a friend who is a liquor rep. I will find out for you."
Pomegranate. Pomegranate.
Put it out into the universe.
Pomegranate.
Pomegranate Ciroc.
Pomegranate.
She's looking for.
It's in a red bottle. So. See, I already know what the bottle looks like. It's a red bottle with the gold circle. I know the.
There you go. So. Christmas colors, holiday colors.
It would be an amazing Christmas gift.
Oh my goodness. Aunt Rita, if she finds out where she can get it, you said you're copping a bottle for her. So
trust me, everybody's on a mission. You're gonna end up with like 10 bottles.
Right?
Okay, let me rephrase this. The first person that gets me the bottle.
That's a nice looking bottle. I just Googled it.
It is. Right? It is.
It's a nice looking bottle.
I literally have a stash of like all the Ciroc bottles that I've tried. Just beautiful bottles.
She likes.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful bottles.
She's a Ciroc collector.
I am. I'll be one of those. I'll be one of those cribby parents that have them like on top of my.
You have the big old hutch.
Oh my goodness.
With the glasses, no one's in the china, no one's allowed to use.
No one's. And it's just Ciroc bottles. And what other bottles have I had? Hennessy bottles and Johnny Walker.
Oh wow.
What else?
I didn't even know this.
Don't try this at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways.
On a serious note.
Yes.
On a serious note.
These flavored Cirocs, what's the alcohol content?
I don't know, but it's good.
Isn't it 40? Close.
I want to say 40.
Maybe.
Usually when they start adding flavors, it goes down.
Oh yeah, you can expect that.
Might be 35.
Get a bottle and check.
Yeah, it's hovering within like that 30 to 40 range for sure.
Yeah.
Tim, you've tried Ciroc though, right?
No.
Never ever, nothing.
When have I tried Ciroc?
My birthday last year.
Did he drink Ciroc?
Oh, did you drink it? That's the thing, yeah.
Oh.
Who knows?
I was like, oh no, there's Ciroc. Let me go grab some. No.
Oh, there was Ciroc, there was rum, and there was what's that? White Claw.
That's funny. Okay.
I'm an alcoholic. I can recall what I drank for my. Okay, anyway.
Yeah. Disturbing.
Before we get into our next topic of the night, I have one question for you guys. Can you guys still see me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I can't see you guys, but that's good. I just want to make sure everything's working on that end.
Yeah.
The other topic we had for tonight. Did you guys hear about the incident with the 16-year-old? Where was
the hand signal girl?
Yes, I believe it was in Kentucky. They said recently that a missing 16-year-old girl was able to silently signal for help by using a simple hand gesture she learned on social media. A hand gesture that luckily a nearby motorist happened to be familiar with. It says the gesture known as the Signal for Help hand signal was created in April 2020 by the Canadian Women's Foundation in response to anticipated reports of domestic abuse during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Sorry, Kiki.
You guys are okay?
We're good. No, Kiki no, Danny was there trying to do that thing. And then she did like 3 different ones. Someone's gonna be like, hi!
Oh, so what you're saying is that she's giving them the wrong information.
Yeah.
And then they go and do the wrong signal. Come on, Danny. Come on.
I'm sorry. All right.
It's okay. We're gonna get.
Do you know what it is?
Hold on. Let me finish giving some background info here.
All right.
So it was created in April 2020 by the Canadian Women's Foundation in response to anticipated reports of domestic abuse during the COVID-19 pandemic. It says, arguably, however, the gesture has reached a much wider audience on TikTok. I guess I should really get into TikTok, guys. I don't know, because I would have never known about this.
I'm good.
It says where tutorials explain the significance and uses for the signal have been viewed millions of times. It says TikTok just happens to be where the missing 16-year-old learned the gesture that alerted a nearby driver to her predicament. It's also where the driver learned what it meant, police suggested. It says the Canadian Women's Foundation recognized the need for such a gesture amid the early stages of coronavirus pandemic, citing evidence suggesting a spike in domestic violence. Alrighty, so it says the violence at home signal for. It says palm to camera and tuck thumb. So I guess this is the first.
I thought it was this, then this, and this.
No? And then it says you trap your thumb. And I think that's it. I think you just keep doing that. From my understanding.
Yeah.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think
that looks right.
I think that's what it is. That's what it is. So initially when I saw it, I thought that it was like actually like sign language. Like you were actually saying something in sign language.
Yeah.
But I haven't really seen anything like saying that or stating that it's like an actual word, but that's what I assumed when I first saw the story come about. But I don't think it is. But I think that's really cool. My only thing about this whole situation, I was thinking about this yesterday, is that, you know, millions of people have viewed this on TikTok. We're obviously not a part of that million. But for, you know, a younger demographic who is into this evolved like social media platform, I think it's fantastic that they have these sorts of things. Yeah. But now my only concern is that now that, you know, this situation happened and has been broadcasted as much as it has been internationally, is that how effective now is that sign going to be? Because now predators, and people who do want to do harm to others, they now know about it. So now they know what to look for. You know what I mean? Because now, okay, you kidnap a kid, you're going to make sure their hands are tied. They can't put their arms up to make that signal. You know what I mean? Or now these predators and other criminals and stuff are on the internet fishing for these sorts of things, looking these things up to see okay, what are the kind of signals that they have out here for kids to practice. You know what I mean? So that was the only downside that I saw to this story. I think it's wonderful. I think it's something that parents and teens and just anyone in general should be should be aware of. But then I was like, well, now I just feel like people who do other harm are just gonna up their game now. You know what I mean?
That was
my thought, at least, is that, I don't know. It's like every time something like this happens now, it's like, okay, do we have to now make a new signal?
Sign.
You know what I mean? So what's your
thought? I think the whole I think how much coverage we have on everything really can be a negative sometimes.
Yeah.
If something just goes viral, that's one thing. But now when it ends up on the news, you're even other political things that have to do with national security and things, they're talking about it on the news. So Joe Bad Guy could literally be like, oh, that's what they're doing.
Right.
So I hear that concern. That's not what I thought. I didn't really think of that. That's kind of a bleak way to look at it, but it's a realistic way to look at it. So hopefully bad people or people stop doing bad stuff and leave kids alone. How that'd be cool.
Just leave people alone
people alone.
Just leave people alone in general. But that would never happen on planet Earth. So that would never happen. So it's just the world we live in, I suppose.
Jacked up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
it is.
It is. Did you guys hear what happened at Travis Scott's concert over the weekend? Was it over the weekend?
That was crazy.
2 days ago?
How could we not?
They're suing Drake and Travis Scott.
And Live Nation,
apparently. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like every 5 hours a parent is crying because their child's in a coma or passed away or it's something. And every time I hear those stories, it breaks my heart. Because now I'm thinking, am I going to allow my kids to go to these type of outdoor concerts? Because
how did the Stampede start?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I totally understand that, Danny. But at the same time, it's like there's people walking down the sidewalk and
very true
hit by cars. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
That's pretty freak.
I just feel like
But what happened?
Oh, you mean like a freak accident? Like a freak accident is what you're
saying. That's not common. Stories. Even though there have been some major incidences that have happened at outdoor concerts. That's not new.
Yes. But apparently this isn't the first incident that has occurred at one of his events. So I guess at his events they kind of have that mosh pit mentality.
Well, he starts it. He tells people to rush the stage. That's what's going out there. Is that he tells his fans to rush the stage.
Great.
So
great.
I don't know how true that is, but that's what
I think it's. No, I've seen videos prior to this incident where his crowds do get pretty rowdy and stuff like that. I just think it's really unfortunate because he's the artist and he's the person that the event is tied to. Everyone's blaming him as a singular figure.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous.
I think so as well. I'm not saying that he doesn't have a role to play in that. But the event planners, they play a role. Apparently they knew from the jump that they didn't have enough emergency personnel on site for the amount of people who were going to be at the festival. And that's something they're aware of from the jump. Also, apparently the exits for the event there weren't enough exits, and the way that they were designed for the amount of people that were gonna be on the grounds wasn't thought out properly. So I mean, yes, Travis Scott is the artist, but is he the one planning, okay, I have an exit here, stage right?
No.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's
like
the promoters.
And also the fans also have a role to play in this. Like, everyone has a role to play in this entire situation. Because once you see that you're at an event of that magnitude and you realize, oh my gosh, you know, there's something negative happening here. You see an ambulance in the crowd, you know, either trying to get to people who are injured or trying to leave with people who are injured. What in your right mind tells you, hey, I'm going to jump on top of an ambulance, or I'm going to prevent, you know, prevent them from leaving. So, you know, everyone has a role to play as far as I can see. But of course, when something like this happens, when something tragic happens, they always want a scapegoat. They need someone to,
of course,
cast blame on. And
of course,
Travis Scott, it's his festival. He's the face of the festival. He's the person who's gonna take the blame. You know what I mean? Again, you know, people are saying, and people who were there were saying that he continued the concert. He didn't stop. Today, I saw a clip actually. He saw someone in the crowd who passed out. He had stopped. He stopped for a moment and was like, "Hey, you know, are they okay? You know, security, can you check on that person? Make room." So, and they said that he did that twice throughout the show. Something else that I also came across, they were saying that when people were passing out and stuff like that, one of the reasons why they didn't want to just end it abruptly is because they were afraid that people would riot and make it worse.
Oh.
So I can see that as well. You know, they said that some emergency personnel didn't want them to just stop it right away because, you know, people are out there all day. They pay a lot of money to go to things already, like at heightened state. And imagine that you're out there, and people are stupid, obviously, based on some of the things that occurred while people were getting hurt. So yeah, I don't know. My thoughts are everyone has their role to play in this. So
I also heard there was someone stabbing people with some kind of needle.
Well, that too. There's just so many different things surrounding it.
It was just a lot.
That's pretty rough. Yeah, I saw it. I didn't really dive too deep into it, but at the end of the day, the onus is going to go on to the promoters and the people that were the event coordinators and the ground, whoever was in charge of the venue. There's going to be a singular entity that gets it, and then it's going to be on them to, you know, let things roll downhill. But you know, when everything goes well, that person that gets a big chunk of money is the person who's, you know, well, with music, there's somebody at the forefront, and the person's name that's on that. But really, they're almost an employee.
Yes,
unless he's the one that puts it on.
He's an employee of Live
Someone hired him to come do a show.
Signed to.
Yeah. He's the reason why they got all those numbers. But he's not the guy he's not the guy that booked it. He's not the guy that hired security. The one that hires, you know, that hires people to rove in the crowd. He's, you know, that's, as an artist, you're relying on those people to do all that.
Yeah.
So
as a parent, would you sue Travis Scott or would you sue Live Nation, or both?
Okay. I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna use the example that we're all seeing on the internet is the one with the 9-year-old. Mind you, I am not a parent. You know, so I can only make assumptions about being a parent. But if I had a 9-year-old, there's no way in heck I would take my child or let my kid go to a Travis Scott concert.
Yeah,
there's no way. You know what I mean? And then people counter that and say, oh, well, when you book tickets for the event, it doesn't have an age limit. which again, okay, I get that's fair. But knowing the type of music that he has, I'm assuming they're Travis Scott fans, which is probably why they went to the event. So they probably know what his events consist of, what his music consists of, and they probably knew, that there would be lots of people there. Would I let my 9-year-old or any 9-year-old that I know go to an event like that? No way. No. I'm not saying, what happened to the child and everyone else, isn't unfortunate. But I feel like if you are a true fan of Travis Scott, you kind of know how his events go. Like,
and what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just don't think
I don't know if anybody could predict what happened. But it's just a matter of it's just a matter of like, is this the environment for a 9-year-old?
Right.
Like, even if nothing happened, you're like, yo, why do you have a 9-year-old at that
exactly.
concert?
If nothing happened and the whole weekend went by, and the event was successful and no one was hurt, I'd still be side-eyeing someone who had a 9-year-old on their shoulders at a Travis Scott concert.
Now wait a minute. I don't know if you've ever been to the Folk Fest. The Folk Fest has a lot of people. Like, there's hundreds of thousands of people pass by that thing on a weekend. Right. Now, there's, and I don't know what this event was. Was it a music festival or was this a concert?
No, just a concert.
I think it's kind of like a festival in a way. I think it's like
because
a 2-day event.
It's a concert.
It's a 2-day event, and like he's like the headliner, but he brings different artists. But it's his event.
Okay, so sometimes there's at events like that, there's going to be, safe for kids events, and there's going or concerts. There's going to be like, some younger teeny bop, whatever. But then there's going to be, it's an array of artists.
Right.
So maybe, this was, I don't know, like maybe there was a reason why a 6-year-old could be there. But I think as a parent, the onus is still on you to protect. You should protect your kids.
But from what they're saying, I think it was the dad who was there with the child.
Yeah.
And the dad is the person who actually was getting like crushed and collapsed. And then that's how the child fell, because when the dad collapsed, the kid fell to the ground and then people trampled the child. Ugh. So it's just sad all around. I just want to go back to
you can't predict for that. Like, you can't. How do you plan for that? Your only plan is just something might go bad, don't be there. That's all you can do.
But the thing is, something can go bad
anywhere.
You know what I mean? Like today, I was with a coworker. We stepped out somewhere to go grab some lunch, and a fight broke out right where we were standing. It's just, you know what I mean? Just wrong place, wrong time. You just never know.
Well, you shouldn't have started the fight. Just kidding.
Well, we hightailed it out of there, but
no, but you're right.
But that's the thing. You just never know. You never know. Like, you could think you're in the safest place in the world. Look at people. People get shot in churches. You know what I mean? You never know. You can't plan.
Like Oliver said, feed them number player.
Well, there you go. I just want to go back to a comment here that Greg had, or a few comments. He said, that's not a new thing at those outdoor concerts. A lot of people who are into rock and like rock concerts and stuff who saw what happened, they're saying that they've gone to hundreds of concerts in their lifetime, and there have been mosh pits, and nothing like this has happened. And I get that may be true. I've worked at a few like large events, like at Commonwealth. That was like a side hustle that I had some years back, and I've been to One Direction concert. Or worked a One Direction concert, and that was crazy. There were like adults being like absolutely ridiculous, people like fighting in the stands. You see that stuff happen at regular football games.
Yo, man, you get a bunch of human beings together.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you involve drugs and alcohol. And Greg made a comment here: drunk white people on drugs is always a bad combo. I don't like that comment, Greg, because there's so many different walks of life who go to these different events and who were at Travis Scott's event.
Travis Scott.
So
yeah.
But anywho, but yeah, you just never know. Like I've worked a Metallica concert. I worked why can I think? Is it Aerosmith?
Probably Aerosmith.
Kiss.
I think
Kiss.
And
Kiss
it was crazy. And I was on like ground level with 10,000 people at Commonwealth Stadium. You know what I mean? And no one died at that event, thankfully. But it gets pretty crazy at times.
But there was one I remember where the stage kind of collapsed at Commonwealth.
Do you know what event,
or
like
Northlands?
What concert it was? Do you know what?
I can't remember.
I vaguely remember.
But I've heard, but that stuff just happens.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, stuff just happens, and it's rough. But these companies, they have Live Nation. They have massive insurance.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They know the risks. This just happened to be like
there's risk with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think where Live Nation fails that they didn't have enough security for the amount of people that were there.
Yes, definitely. 50,000 people. First of all, I don't even think they should have ever had an event with that many people. But
with that many people,
they have events that have 100,000 people.
Like
but they're spread out and there's like 20 stages.
I would for me to have a real educated view of it, I'd have to like see what was look at a map. Like how many exits were there?
I saw a map today somewhere.
There was a map,
because imagine it's like, hey, we want to leave, and everyone wants to leave at the same time, and you got tens of thousands of people.
Well,
that could be a bad scene.
They said the exits there weren't enough exits. Like it wasn't planned out properly, the location.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But that's what happens. You try and skip.
It is unfortunate for all involved. You know what I mean? And again, like I said, everyone who was a part of it. Yes, there are obviously innocent bystanders. But for those, like the type of people who were like, if you see a human being there and you still decide to stomp on their head, you're part of the issue. You're part of the problem.
Yeah,
but
man.
of course,
that's wickedness.
Of course, there was no one there, and who knows? Maybe there was. There's no one there with a GoPro strapped on them to be like, okay, John Smith over here was jumping this person's chest. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Knowingly, you know. So, but I don't know. It's unfortunate. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. With all the lawsuits that are coming about, I don't think it's something that's gonna get resolved anytime soon. Obviously, we're gonna be hearing about this for a number of weeks.
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be hush money. I'm pretty sure Live Nation.
I mean, there's gonna be different ways. I'm sure some people will probably opt for that. There are some people who are gonna want to take it to court. I know Travis Scott was supposed to be headlining another concert. I can't remember. It was in Vegas, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Vegas,
coming up shortly. And then he decided not to, or they decided for him not to. However, and I think Post Malone is now taking his place.
Okay.
So, and apparently they're refunding everyone who was present on that day. So.
Oh, okay.
So that's a start, I suppose. But it definitely can't bring life back. But
yeah, I saw a video. I think Tiana Taylor had a concert.
Yes, I saw that as well.
Last night? Was it last night or tonight?
I wish she was coming here or somewhere that I can go to see her. I think she's gonna be in Toronto, but I can't go.
Yeah, she is. Oh, why can't you go?
I've always wanted to see Tiana Taylor in concert. Maybe one day when I win the lottery. Gotta check this
out. You put it out in the universe. You can go to Dubai.
Bring her in for a private concert.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Fly her in or like go to her or something. Like this is the thing, man. Like she's one of those artists who I've always liked before the hype. I say that about quite a few people, but I stay on top of my ish. But anyway,
we know this. Kiki.
I've just always liked her vibe and everything. So and the thing is, it's not like, oh, this is just a concert. Apparently, this is her last
her last
tour or whatever. So I'm like, great. I mean, they say that she's still pretty young. Like, how old is she? 29, I think. Like
something like that.
30, if that. Like, she might be 30.
I feel like this is her. 30. I feel like this is her retirement.
Her first retirement,
like 5 years.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Wait 5 years.
Justin Bieber said he was retiring at one point.
Exactly.
Justin Bieber's still waiting. Like, come on, like
still waiting for him to retire.
She's retiring from music, I should say, because she does do a lot of other stuff. Like she directs and she dances. She's
like what Rihanna's doing.
We have a show. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Yeah. I'm sure she'll probably do collabs and stuff. So
of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, Teyana Taylor had a concert, and I think some girl was crying or passing out or something.
Yeah.
And she told the girl to come to the stage. So
she's like, "No, we're not doing this.
We're not having it. We're not
on my watch. Not on my watch." They got her. They like brought her over, like, and brought her by the stage and everything. So the thing is, I think that's something she would have done even without everything that's happening with Travis Scott.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But I do think a lot of artists now are going to be more mindful of it. So for sure.
Of course. How are you guys spending your Remembrance Day?
How am I spending my Remembrance Day?
Yeah.
Working. Chilling, man. Chilling.
Do you guys have
to be continued?
No, same. Housework, raking. I just thought I'd ask. Maybe you guys are cooler than I am. So I'm just thinking you guys might have something.
You think we're cool? Aw,
yeah, you guys are cool, man. Thank you. What do you guys think about Remembrance Day? Do you guys wear a poppy and do all the observances?
Oh my goodness. My cousin bought me a poppy yesterday, and now I'm like, where did I put the poppy?
That's the thing. They're so easy to lose, and that's what pisses me off every year.
Can like come out with like
can we do like a safety pin
of the poppy? And please, I hope no one comes to me for saying this, because I'm sure people are going to be like, what do you mean? It's been like this for decades. But actually, I take it back. Don't change the poppy. I don't mean change the look of the poppy, but is there easier way?
The look of the poppy has kind of changed.
A safety pin.
Is there anybody that's listening that doesn't wear their poppy? And has anybody been raced up for not wearing a poppy?
Funny thing.
I haven't.
No, I never really had it.
There's a year.
It was in school, they're like, or if we were having like an event or like a Remembrance Day celebration, and they're like, "Where's your poppy?" That's the only time, but not like just out in public or at work or anything.
Yeah, no one really. I don't want to get reamed for this, but in a way, no one really cares if you're wearing a poppy or not.
Some people do.
Some people do, but But no one's gonna pull you aside and be like, "Why aren't you wearing a poppy?"
I guess it depends on.
I've seen it happen.
If you're somewhere around with a bunch of
I've seen it happen.
On like where you are, like who you're around. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
You know what's funny? I actually have thoughts on Remembrance Day.
What are your thoughts?
Whoa, easy.
What is one thought?
The one thing about it is nobody that looked like me was in mind.
That's my first. That's why
that's it. But it doesn't mean that we shouldn't I do take part in the privilege of being on the side that kind of won. Right. I'm here, you know what I mean? I'm here in this country, all these things. I literally work with the government.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But in regards to I was just saying, like, the lives that were lost and the sacrifice of the men and women that were like, that believed in a cause and thought it was worth dying for. Like, yo, that's dope, you know, and they deserve the to be remembered. But just the way I am, is to think of the politics of it, and nobody that looked like me was in mind. They were not. If anything, like First World War, they were fighting over who was going to get the money of the coming out of the scramble for Africa. That was going on. And to be in control of the resources that were being taken. Like, they weren't thinking they fought. They didn't fight for my freedom. The fight for our freedom was like the civil rights movement, which was a good 10 years or so after the Second World War. So you know what I mean? Like when people, if someone's gonna, and I've had those conversations where people kind of like, they kind of like group everybody in everybody's freedoms into what was going on. It's like easy there, you know. This was European countries fighting over like which one was going to be on top. Do you know what I mean? And for that same reason, when people talk about the corruption in Africa and the fighting in Africa, I'm like, yo, you guys got to do yours 100 years ago.
That is true, you know. That is.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, like, oh my God, I can't believe they're fighting still. They're still fighting over there. Well, you guys shut down the world to fight your battle, and it was over nothing. It was over politics. It was over greed. You know, like. So yeah, it depends. Like if someone, like, I observe it in my way. You know what I mean? I was in Air Cadets, and I learned a lot there. Do you know what I mean? But as I got older, you know, you start to really understand, because there's so much. It's like you almost call it propaganda. Like there's just so much like we were right, they were wrong, we won, everybody's great, and it was like. It's like, yo, if you know, if the wars turned out differently, like at that time, nothing would have changed for the black man and the black woman. If you know what I mean, if the other side won, like, would we be here at 2021? Would we have made all these progresses? Would their societies have gone through their own civil rights, and you know what I mean? Like we don't know, but there were people fighting in some of these black people fighting in these wars that came back and still got treated like crap.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So when you know what I mean? Like when I have these conversations in where I'm the only one that looks like me, and they've never ever heard that perspective before.
Right.
It's nothing. It's not against our nations. It's not against anything. It's just like, hey, like
here's another perspective.
There's a reality for people that weren't, you know what I mean?
Right.
There's another reality for people who don't look like you. So, you know, if anything, there's a little bit of education that I like on days like this when people are talking this stuff about you know, communism or Nazism and all these other things. I'm like, you're lucky. You got to realize their perspective has been forced on us.
Of course.
And if they're only time they're going to get our perspective if they go looking for it or we tell them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is very true.
What about if they chose to use Remembrance Day to show the horror of war instead of glorifying war? That's a great point. Great question.
It is. That will never happen, though.
Exactly. But you know what? Would you say that they discussed the horror of war on many occasions outside of Remembrance Day? Because war isn't necessarily glorified on most days, but they spin Remembrance Day to talk about, well, because of that, we have all of this.
Right.
But
I mean, if you even think about,
they talk about the millions of people that died.
When you think about like modern war, even, you know, like after September 11th and stuff, like in Iraq and all that too, it's kind of like the same thing, you know, when people say like, look at all the devastation you brought, you know, to people out there and all the different things that happened. And again, the States has always kind of spun the narrative and been like,
we're right.
We were doing it to, exactly. Yeah. So it's the same
there's
thing.
another really sad part about it, and that is like the world doesn't care as much when brown people die. You know,
they never
like you talk about the horrors of war now. The biggest army, one of the biggest armies in the world, You know, they lose lives in the thousands where the places they go, the loss of life, they don't even know. Sometimes they don't even have an accurate number for how many people died in these places that they went to free.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And I'm not necessarily, I'm not an anti-war person, but like the propaganda and like, I get really annoyed by the whole like,
nowadays, you're either with us or you're anti.
Yes.
Nowadays.
Oh my God. During COVID, I was literally, and during like the vaccine, you know, get your vaccine, I was looking at it. I'm like, look how easy it is to just separate people. Everyone. Yeah. And like, you know, you have an ideal and that you make it so that the ideal is right. And you don't even have
and then people don't even use their brains anymore.
No, they don't. Because it's like, because people also just love being right.
Gosh.
You know what I mean? They love being right. Someone could have been anti-vax last week. They get vaccine, and now they're preaching to everybody like, "Yo,
yes, they got gold running through the veins." Hey,
but here's another thing about it, that when you can make people feel like they're right, and then you can prove that other people are wrong and possibly cause you harm, you can justify doing anything to that other group of people.
Yes.
If you're on the powerful side.
Yeah.
Like how on earth did the American people like they literally got behind bombing, like dropping 2 atomic bombs. You know? Like just over like, oh, they're bad. Like when on earth would Japan ever be able to be like, you know what I mean? They bombed Pearl Harbor, which is in literally the middle of nowhere. There's almost no chance that there could have been an inland attack on the United States. But because of that, you know what I mean? Someone like accidentally brushes your foot, so you deck them in the face. It's not how it works.
I mean, I've seen that happen.
Yes, I've seen it happen too, but it's kind of messed up.
It is messed up.
You know, you overdid it. The war was literally won by the time they dropped the bombs on.
Oh, of course.
By the time they dropped the bombs on Japan, like.
Greg said, if you want to know the cost of war, visit the War Museum in Hiroshima. It is a moving experience.
That would be pretty cool.
I will get there.
That would be pretty cool.
I need to go to Japan.
When Kendra wins the lottery, we'll be there and we'll do a live.
Yes.
That's right. I've heard the it's the in DC. Is it the Museum of African American Heritage or?
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that is
I need
quite
to go
the
there.
Experience.
Yeah, I need to go.
I heard it's quite the experience. The atomic bomb was not the worst thing America did to Japan. Look up the firebombing of Tokyo. Yikes. Ooh. I will look that up. I actually really love this kind of history. I do. Especially now, I think you can get more non-biased information on the internet. Like if you do the search.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Which they should be teaching more in social class, which they don't. So.
Right. You want something really cool to look up? Look up the tunnels that they used in the Vietnam War. The tunnel, the networks of tunnels that they use, like to like the booby traps and all that stuff, like the tunnels that they would dig. Like, yo, look that up. There's some really cool like infographics on YouTube that it's really, really cool. Really cool stuff.
So before we go, I know we're on this topic. You sent us something.
Oh God.
I feel like we should
Which one? I sent you guys a couple funny memes.
So which one? Their shot, the Michael B. Jordan and shooting their shot and in their league.
Sliding in the DMs.
I posted that on my story too. I posted that on my story too.
So what was the reaction you got, Tim?
Oh, people were laughing. They thought it was hilarious, and it was girls. And then I got a couple replies too, where it was like, one of my friends said, she's been sending Chris Brown happy birthday messages for years, and the man don't reply.
Oh my god!
But think about how many other people send
exactly
stuff like that. And
hold on. Have you guys ever DM'd, tweeted, or sent a message to
a celebrity or a male celebrity?
No. Like a male celebrity. Okay, have you shot your shot? Like, have you sat there hoping? Will they reply? Do you ever hope for a reply?
I've had people. I've had like people who are like, I guess you could say, Instagram famous or YouTube famous or whatever. I've had like celebrities like my comments before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah, I've had that too.
I've never.
I would not go out of my way to DM someone. No, it's just like what T-Pain said a while back. He didn't know there was a request for DMs in Instagram. So I'm pretty sure all of them don't know about that.
Oh, you mean like that? Like the thing that'll come up and be like, oh my god, can you imagine?
I can't.
They probably turn off their notifications. Like
exactly.
I can't imagine having thousands of people like just sending me messages though.
Hundreds you get, but thousands like.
Whatever, man. Ain't nobody sliding into my DMs. So.
Did you check your request? Your request?
I didn't check some of them just pop up daily.
Ugh.
And it's not just like okay,
poor Keandra.
Let's put this out there. It's not just men, okay? It's different people, and I'm just like Facebook. Dude, Jesus, Facebook. I really
cute privilege.
That one out.
Oh yeah.
I do not have.
No, harder, man. That's the word.
Well, okay, here's the thing. No. First of all, your accounts are not private. I keep saying this. So if someone adds you, they add you. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
My account is private. I just filter who's okay. I don't know who you are. You know what I mean? I'm like, but your guys' accounts aren't private. So it's just like, oh snap! I got 2 new followers today.
I guess,
you know what I'm saying?
But still, mine goes up.
Facebook.
Mine goes up like maybe 10 a year.
Come on, we're gonna keep.
You have to post more stuff.
November 2021. That's another thing as well. Sometimes I wonder how people even find my account because I never post on Instagram, like
it's
ever. And I'm like, right now, my algorithm is probably. I'm sure if I post a picture tomorrow, it won't even pop up on like 5% of my friends who I have on Instagram because I never post anything.
But do your friends, because I know I tag you sometimes, do your friends tag you in pictures?
If you get tagged,
you're gonna get a follower.
If you're liking,
you're gonna get a follower.
Yes.
You're gonna get a follower. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I'm on Instagram enough for.
Like, if I post music, if I post music, then, every once in a while, if I go...
When is that happening?
The holidays are coming up, guys. I really think we should all get together and bring something to the people. The 3 of us.
I think so. Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
I think so. And this, I'm not using my hands when I say that.
Oh, so you mean like, okay, you're gonna be dropping some vocals?
I want to. So damn. Let's get to work.
Listen, I've been working. I haven't been releasing, but I've been working. So I
believe that. I believe that.
So let's be real. By the end of this year, we're gonna hear something from Tim and Kiki.
What? I want to do something like fuck
the MC Daddy. I want to hear her rapping.
I want to do.
She could be a good mumble rapper.
We need to do a cover or something. We need to do a cover.
Or she'll add in the pan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is my voice. This is my voice.
There you go.
You guys can't see it.
How poetic. This is
my voice.
How poetic.
That's my voice.
Yeah. So, but we'll talk, guys. We'll talk. We got some time.
Yeah.
We just gotta get through. Next. Is it next week? Next week.
Is it next week?
Are we doing a break?
Oh, it is next week. No, Tim, we have a performance on Saturday.
Oh, sorry. You guys know how I am. Don't even laugh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Don't On that
note, we're gonna call this a night so we can cuss Tim offline.
I won't be cussing, but we do need to discuss some things because yes, the three
Tim stays ready
that next week, and we will let you guys know more about it next week.
Yes, next week, definitely.
Alrighty, next week, Tim. Next week.
All right, thank you.
Saturday, Tim.
The 20th, November 20th. Bam.
There we go. It's all coming back. It's all coming back.
So, Real Navy, stay tuned. We'll fill you guys in on what that event is next week. Okay. Mm-hmm. So,
have a good night.
Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the Yes.
Yes.
Please share.
So much.
Yes, please follow us on.
I thought to share this when
so did I. So, but follow us on.
I was a little like frazzled in the beginning, so
it's all good.
Late in the steps. I apologize again. So, but it was fun. It was fun. We had a lot of interesting topics tonight. So, thank you so much for tuning in, guys.
Yeah.
Don't forget to follow us. Everybody have a good night. Be safe. Enjoy your Remembrance Day.
Take care.
Can I say something?
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Of course.
See, guys,
Oh God.
I know I have a quiet voice, but sometimes I like to talk.
During the outro.
It's important.
Shots fired.
Please like and subscribe our page on YouTube.
Yes, I was gonna say we do need to push our YouTube page a bit more. So
yeah,
we definitely got to do that. So
that's important. I tell the important stuff.
Sorry.
All right, so now we can say bye. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend.
Later.
See you guys next Wednesday. Bye.